Amte, and the younger one is Dr. Vikas Amte. When Baba Amte was in college, he used to go for hunting. That area is in Chandrapur district. So one day he came across the tribal over there. That is, those tribals are known as Gond Madia. And their situation was really very bad. They were living below poverty line. At that time, Baba Amte felt really very bad, but he could not do anything for them, even though he wanted to do something for them. But when he started with his Anand One work, eventually he remembered that thing, and immediately he asked his elder son, Dr. Prakash Amte, to help those tribal people. And he gave all the responsibility on the shoulder of his elder son, Dr. Prakash Amte, and his wife. And both of them were agreed to help them. And even as of now also, as of today's day also, they have been helping these tribal people. Now, if you look at this situation of these tribal people, they are totally illiterate. They were literally illiterate. They were living below poverty line, and even for getting one day food was also difficult for them. They used to eat ants or such type of things in order to live. And if by chance, if any of their tribal member infected with any kind of disease, they used to call such type of quake to heal them. That was their situation. And Dr. Prakash Amte and his wife both are doctor, MBBS doctor. So they literally volunteered them. Initially, it was really very difficult. These tribal people were not ready to trust on them. They were resisting also. But in spite of that, both of them really work hard, and eventually they volunteer, they help them, and they build that kind of trust with those tribal people. Eventually, after giving a lot of medical help, apart from that, providing them with some basic facilities like food also, they went to the next level. They established school for their children. And I think this is the most important step they took over there. And after looking at this situation, I learned a second life lesson of my life. The great leader, second lesson, the great leader, the visionary leader, treat the core problem, not the symptoms. Just by giving a medical facility, or just by giving them or providing them with a food, is not going to solve any kind of problem in the long run. It's just like a short-term aid. But the real problem was their illiteracy, and because of that, they were revolving around this circle. So in order to break that circle, the most important part is to provide or to impart them with the education to their children. So great leader treat the core problems, not the symptoms. By providing them education, they cure the main problem and not just the symptoms. And many times in our real life also, wherever we have been dealing with the problems every day. It's a part of everyone's life. But majority of the times, we handle the same problem again and again. We come up with a short-term solution. For that time being, we solve that problem. And again tomorrow, we are again at the same level. Again, we are dealing with that same kind of problem. So if we deal like this, we will just moving around the circle and solving the same problem again and again and revolving around the circle and not going anywhere. Instead of that, wait for some time. As the initial stage, even the Sai told us a story of the Birbal. That was also a problem. Lion was inside the cage. And how to remove that lion outside of the cage without opening a cage? No one has carefully solved the problem or the situation. Only Birbal look at it. And that's why he could solve that problem and no one else. Because other people were only focusing on the symptoms. And only the Birbal saw the core problem. So that's why in order to be a great, impactful leader and to contribute into the society, you have to treat the core problem, not the symptoms. Next thing, there is another now. So far, I have explained you two projects of Baba Amte. The first project, which was about Anandvan. Second project is known as Himalkasa. That Gondmadia tribe is staying in the Himalkasa area. That area is situated in the Chandrapur district. So that was the second project, Himalkasa. And the third project of Baba Amte is the Somnath. Baba Amte found out that now, if I have to take care of the people who are staying at Anandvan and the Himalkasa, I have to take care of the food requirement of the people and arranging food. For that, I need donation. And if I rely on the donation, you have to rely on the government. And about the outside help, you never know when it gets. But at the same time, if you rely on the government, that also you know what kind of help government was granting them by just providing them an unproductive land. So under that circumstances, relying on outside help or someone else, it was really very risky. And if we rely on outside help only, we are not going to sustain. So from that point of view, after thinking on this issue, Baba Amte came up with his another project, which is known as Somnath, where he decided that we will produce food by ourselves only. We will produce all the food requirement over there, and through this food, we will mitigate all the requirement of the people who are staying over in this both the project. So same thing happened again. For that, they need a land. They required a land at that point of time. They again requested the government that please give us some land. And as usual, government gave them a land, but again mob Baba Amte. They gave them again such an unproductive land which was totally useless. Not at all useful for any purpose. But whatever they got, again Baba Amte accepted it gracefully, and Baba Amte along with his followers and the volunteers work hard over there, and miracle happen again. And after working hard over here, you can see the situation before and in today's date, if you see the situation over here, there is a green revolution over here. Without any technology, without any kind of help from the government, whatever were there in their hand, they utilize it and they made, and the miracle happened. Now, if you look at the today's situation, it's a green revolution, and it's a case study for even outside university also. They study it and they adopt this model in the overseas countries also. So this is the ideal example they said. But from this situation, I have learned third life lesson of my life. Building a proven system. Now, over here, just by relying on the outside help was not appropriate. So what Baba Amte has done, he built another project, Somnath, and where he produce agricultural stuff which will mitigate the requirement of all these three project people. So with this way, he built a proven self-reliance system which will take care of all the three projects. So great leader, visionary leader creates systems, and the normal people who are just working or running after operational work or a day-to-day work where they are just revolving around the circle. But great leaders build a system, self-reliant system, which will take care of their entire system. That was the third life lesson I have learned after visiting this place. Our next round is the table topic round, where table topic master will give you some topic. Yes, is there any doubt?
Yes, Toastmaster Sachin.
Yes.
I think our table topics master is running a bit late.
I am taking it up.
Okay.
Okay, I was not aware of that.
Falgunan is taking a role of table topic master. Okay. So in the table topic rounds, table topic master will give you a topic on the spot where you are supposed to speak on your feet. So I would like to call our table topic master of the day, Toastmaster Falgunan, with a big round of applause. Over to you, Toastmaster Falgunan.
Thank you, Sachin. Once again, explaining about the story, to elaborate. Now, what will happen in this table topics round? It's different than a normal Toastmasters meeting. What it means is all of us, those who are present in the meeting, have to be completely alert. One member would be giving the speech on the topic, but immediately after that, I may call any of you, any other member, to share a 30 minutes commendation or recommendation, whatever you observe about that table topic speaker.
Toastmaster Falgunan, I think you meant 30 seconds.
Yeah?
I think you meant 30 seconds. You said 30 minutes evaluation.
Thanks for pointing out the error. Yes, exactly. I meant 30 seconds. Yeah. So 30 seconds within which any other member, I would just call upon randomly. So please be alert and listen to whatever the table topic speaker is sharing in the 1 to 2 minutes of the time that would be there, with a grace time of 30 seconds after 2 minutes. So maximum time would be 2 minutes, 30 seconds for which a speaker can speak. Who would like to go? Yeah, and please use the word of the day, ingenious, as we speak. Akshay, wonderful. Akshay, the topic coming up on the screen for you. Akshay, leadership is action, not position. Leadership is action, not position. Toastmaster Akshay.
Good evening, fellow leaders, Toastmasters, and guests. The statement leadership is action but not position reminds me of the troop leader of my trek when I was trekking over the Munnar Hills of the famous Ulukumalai, which is the highest peak over there, during the season when those purple flowers blossom. We started the trek, and there was one leader, or you can say one guide, who was at the head, and he was the one who was taking everyone, leading the way, and we were all going together along behind him. But some of the members from the group were first time maybe trekking. Some of them were not acquainted to the cold climate which was there at that day, and they were failing behind, or you can say falling behind, short, while the group was moving ahead. During that instance, or in that moment, one of the members decided to take a halt and stay there at the base where we had gathered, so that once everyone crosses him, then he will move forward. It was his stance which he took that day, that I will wait and ensure that everyone goes forward, and then I shall move. This trait which you saw can be termed as a leader who is acting, ensuring that the entire troop of all the members are moving forward. They are going up the hill, trekking up to the peak, and then all of them can be together. While the troop leader who was designated, had the title of the troop leader, was already way ahead without even bothering about how the members are falling behind. But this one member from the group stood up and he ensured that everyone is moving forward. Seeing him, many of us did the same. We made checkpoints and ensure that all of us will be there. And once a considerable amount of people have joined us, we will move forward. That is what is leadership. Definitely actions, but not position. What do you do if it is inspiring others to lead and ensure the leadership within them is awakened? And that is something which you should try. Because at the end of the day, bringing out the leader within each and every one of you is an ingenious task, which only the leader who acts, and not the one with the position or title, can bring about. Over to you, Fal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Akshay. Everyone ready? May I call upon Prachi to share her recommendation for Akshay?
It's very tough to give any recommendation today. He was flawless, and the example that he used was exemplary. It was apt. Commendations this time I don't have. It's only means I can say that he was very good, excellent table topic speaker this time.
Great, wonderful. Thank you, Prachi. So this is what I was talking about. All of us have to really be alert on each of the table topic speaker and really have an eye to see what are the areas where they are having the gaps or what they have done well. Okay. Next, who would like to come?
Sai is there.
Sai. Okay, Sai. Wonderful. The topic for you is coming on the screen. Leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. Leadership is a capacity to translate vision into reality. Toastmaster Sai.
I have this game I play with my wife. I'll come up with these outlandish ideas about how we can celebrate our upcoming anniversary, any holidays, any of those things. And I just leave it. It just one more pie in the sky idea that I came up with just goes into the pile of ideas that never go to completion. They never get done. While my wife, on the other hand, has a couple of ideas that she holds dear to her heart. and she makes sure that she executes on them. So the difference between my wife and I is that I have pies and she has ideas which get to completion. And Table Topics Master, your thought, your idea, your notion that leadership is nothing without execution is exactly true in our family. Because all of us know, my extended family knows, my parents know, my sisters know, my in-laws know that I'll come up with these ideas. I'll say something. Let's go buy this big property, or let's go on a vacation to Europe. But nothing will happen. So they actually go to my wife. Every time they want something done, they go to my wife. And at the end of the day, the leader in this house, in this family, is my wife. And I've accepted that about myself. I am not the kind of person who sees through things through to completion, while my wife is. And I have also accepted that though I can want to be a leader, the real leader, the person who actually gets things done, is my wife. And she deserves all the credit for the excellent vacations we've taken in the recent past, for the road trip that we're planning coming up. All those things, all the credit goes to her for seeing things through to completion. And she is the real leader in this family. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day, Table Topics Master of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sai. Toastmaster Jay, your observation.
Only one observation which I want to give. Yes, he's flawless, no doubt in this. He's having lot of stories about his personal experience and all. But what I have observed, most of the time his stories work around his family and wife only. Maybe he could find some more members to integrate in it. Thank you.
I don't know whether Sai's wife is listening, whenever Toastmasters meeting happens on the later time. So gets a fabulous dinner for her. Okay, moving ahead. Who would like to go next? Or it's a true admiration. I really, believe that it's great that you are able to admire your wife time and again. I am not able to. So that's
You shouldn't be admiring my wife anyway.
Not your wife. My wife.
I took the executive decision to put Sachin in the spotlight. Sorry.
Okay, Sachin, are you ready?
Yes.
Great. And the topic for you comes here. Own your leadership every day. Own your leadership every day. Toastmaster Sachin.
Do you believe that leadership is not only the title, but the work or the contribution, contribution towards the work? 6 months before, when I took the role of Vice President Education of Andheri Orators Toastmaster Club. Now, when you talk about this word, president, vice president, we feel really very delighted. But it's just not the word, but whatever the devotion or the work you are doing consistently revolving around this role is the most important. Or if you look at the current period after this corona crisis, everything changes. We used to meet physically, now online meeting is going on. And considering that, what I found that now the role of Vice President Education is even more important than the earlier, to motivate the people. And the most important part, what I found that just pushing them every day for every meeting is not going to solve the actual problem. So thereafter, I came across this thing that just call a member randomly and ask them why you have joined the Toastmaster. And when he realized that, automatically he takes the action also. So I think at the end, leadership is just not the title, but every day, what kind of work you do, that counts. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sachin. I would like to call upon the guest. Nirav, are you ready? Would you want to attempt?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. So I have give the observations, right?
Yes, whatever recommendation that you want to give to
Yeah. So just one observation which came across is he's whenever he's giving the speech, what I figured is generally he's very slow, but then that helps a lot in terms of understanding the things really very well. And he has, I think, not used the word which is mentioned by Mr. Arvind, ingenious, right? Even the last speaker, Mr. Jay, right? He has also not used the word. Not sorry, Mr. Sai. So this is the observation.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, for Sachin. Okay, great. Thank you, Nirav.
Yeah.
Would you want to attempt a table topic?
Oh, yeah, fine.
Okay, great. So here is the topic coming up for you.
Okay.
Toastmaster Nirav, some leaders are born women. Some leaders are born women. Toastmaster Nirav.
Okay. So yeah, see, as of now, where I'm working right now, that place is created by myself and my other colleague, who is really very well inspiring for me. So he always tells me that whatever you do to progress, you have to take everyone towards the you know the same page and be honest with everyone, and that keeps on always inspiring me. So this is like a journey. So there one more thing which which this topic tells me is you need to have a equality of the gender. So initially when I was young, I could not able to understand that whenever he is mentioning this thing, that always you have to respect the genders also. So that way, what happened is, as of now, we are working people, we are people of number of employees in our company is right now, 11 to 12. Out of 11 to 12, there are as of now around at least four are the female members. And when we have started with the one more female member, then, we really realized at that point of time, what kind of a thought process they can bring into the table. And that has really helped us. And we are right now on the way to recruit more kind of female members into the organization, and that really helped us a lot. So this is what is from my end right now. Over to you guys.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nirav. Arvind, would you like to give recommendation for our guest, Nirav?
Thank you, Falgunan. The speaker spoke from his heart and an experience that he is undergoing. It came out very well to say that yes, women leaders are required, and that's the current word and thing that is going around, gender equality, which he mentioned very well. So I think he has touched on the topic very nicely by saying yes and giving a personal example of his own organization and what he is doing there. It was done well.
Thanks.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Arvind. Last topic. Who wants to take it? No one was not spoken. Prachi, you want to attend? It's like I'm not giving much option, right? And Toastmaster Prachi, the topic for you is leadership is not about titles, position, or flowchart. It's about one life influencing other. Leadership is not about titles, position, or flowchart. It's about one life influencing another. Toastmaster Prachi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Falgunan. Can you show me the topic? Anyone can influence anyone. It's not about the role. A small kid can teach good leadership lessons to us. I can share that with an example. Few kids were playing outside. That was group was collective of boys as well as girls. What they did was they made a group. Girls will not play with us, boys will not play with us. When they comprised two groups, one of girls and one of the boys, another one of the boys, they segregated all, but eventually one among the kids told, let's have a collective group of boys and girls together. That incident itself taught they do not have any gender bias. Girls should not compete with girls. Girls should not compete with boys. It should be a collective group. And similarly, elders should also learn the same lesson. We don't have such groups henceforth. It's a collective group of both, always. One more time, one of the boys told that even if they get hurt while playing, they should stand up, start the game again, leave aside their cry or pain. This teaches us that we should not consider our failures or get hurt by the struggles that we face. Move ahead, proceed further in our journey, and the destination or win will be ours. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prachi. Akshay,
All right.
your
So,
observation.
yes, the example was pretty good, relatable among the group of children. Someone mentioned the influence to the others. That is good one. One of two recommendations I might give. One, the topic was that leadership is not about titles and it's about influencing a life. So you could have connected something to the titles, like among the group, I did not want anyone has any title. So you could have mentioned that one. And the second thing is that at the end you mentioned over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, we can avoid that and say over to you, David Topic Master. Other than that, it was over to you, Topic.
Thank you. Thank you, Akshay, for the report. Thank you, everyone. I hope I was indigenously able to come up with good topics related to the theme of the day. And let me present the timers report. First speaker, Toastmaster Jai Singh took table topics round. First table topic speaker, Toastmaster Akshay took 2 minutes 25 seconds. Toastmaster Sai took 1 minute 49 seconds. Toastmaster Sachin took 2 minutes 19 seconds. Toastmaster Neera took 1 minute 35 seconds. So all have qualified for voting. So we can have the polling in some time. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster Sachin.
Thank you, Toastmaster Falguna.